Yo, what's up? We're back and we're going to talk about the Minnesota Vikings, and let's get into it. It's definitely football season, late in the year. Ooh, man, that kind of burned. Got to hit my tooth too on that cup. So, to those of us that watched that game with the Rams, or the Lions, who watched the game with the Lions, we would know that that's a very good football team. So, I don't understand. Well, I understand the anger, but I don't understand why it's all towards just that one guy. The one guy being Sam Darnold. Yes, he had a terrible game. Yes, it was rough. But you know what? We also had some drop balls. The team didn't look all that great offensively. The defense looked awesome. And if we go back and we actually freaking look at what happened, let me pull the stats up real quick. Before you, my fellow Viking fans, remind me, well, the score was 31-9. Yeah, it was 31-9, and we got smashed. But if you look at the game, Sam Darnold, I got the stats here on my phone. Sam Darnold was 18 for 41, which is terrible. He had a QBR of 17.4, and he only had 166 yards. But he had times where he could have threw some touchdown passes. Like, they were right there, like, on the money almost. But then he just over the top. The receivers would be able to want to be on the money, if I said that right, but the passes were not on the money where they should have been. We only had 120 rushing yards, which is, it's all right. And we could have did more. But like going over the game and then seeing exactly like what happened when you're like, the game is going on, and then I would go read the comments on like the Viking fan pages, and they're just turning on Sam Darnold. They're like, oh, here it is. It's the same Sam Darnold. Oh, we knew he was like this. I hope the Sam Darnold experiment is over. Oh, you know what? We need to just throw him in the garbage. He's done. And it's like, wait a minute. The Vikings were 14-3. 14-3. I mean, we didn't know where we were going to be at in the beginning of the season. So there's that. And then we get Sammy D in here and we're like, okay, what's going to happen? And the QB whisperer comes through and does all kinds of stuff. And we start winning some games, and the games where he did look a little rough, or when we did win, if they were too close, or even the ones we lost, it always goes back to, well, Sam Darnold showing his true colors again. Bro, you're 14-3 in the NFL. What true colors? A QB mistake? Like, okay, hypothetically, let's just say he is having a fluke of a year. He's still 14-3. You are in the playoffs. Not probably where you want to be at in the playoffs, because you did drop that game. We did drop that game to the Detroit Lions. But at the same time, we're in the playoffs. And we're 14-3 and we get another shot at the Rams. So to just like go back and be like, oh, it's that Sam Darnold again. Come on. He had a bad game. He had a bad game. But I will give him credit. He did protect the ball, though. He had 0 turnovers. Where Jared Goff had 2 turnovers, but he did throw a touchdown pass. But he did have two interceptions, though. So while we are thinking about, over here in Minnesota, about our quarterback, and the flip side of that, the Lions could be thinking too, oh man, Jared Goff, that guy, he could crap the bed. Look, let's just be for real. Minnesota, I think, is going to win the first round. They're going to beat the Rams. Either if we win or lose, I'm still going to make a follow-up video so we can talk about it and see what we can talk about with the Minnesota Vikings going forward from here. But to be 14-3 and have Sam Darnold and doing what you're doing and putting the pieces around him to succeed, I can't lie, the team is pretty good. But it just sucks to see the fans get mad and start pointing fingers at him already. What about some of the coaching? Coaching was terrible. Now, I did see some people point things about the coaching, because, I mean, you can't be on the 5-yard line and then pass the ball all 5 times and not even try to run it. Do people realize how hard it is to pass in the red zone? Now, I love my Minnesota Vikings, but we do got to win some games, and I do understand the frustration of where everybody's coming from. But let's just try to show love and support for our team and our quarterback. Like, they need us, and we need them to win some games for us. Because at the end of the day, we all want a Super Bowl. And yeah, I kept mentioning that, yes, we're in the playoffs, but for real though, I understand we do want a Super Bowl, and hopefully we can get one this year. Chances are slim, and it's probably slim for a lot of people, except, a couple of teams. But all it takes is just one player to mess up something, or one player to make a play, and you can make a run for it. And that brings me back talking about Sam Darnold, and I think that dude's been making plays all year. So yeah, he had a bad game on one of the biggest games of the year. But if you ask me, I think we'll be fine on Monday. And if I'm wrong, then so be it, and we can discuss what happens after that game. But if I'm right, and we go to the next round and we get another shot at Detroit, possibly, depending on what happens with Philly in Green Bay. I think that's what the game that lines up with. We'll just have to wait and see what happens until that time. So, like, I get it. We want to win games. Yes, we want to go to the Super Bowl. We want to get out the first round. It's been a while, right? Well, let's support our team and let's just see what happens. I mean, it's going to be a wild ride, I think. Whether it's out the first round, on to the next. I just think that it sucks that so many people turn on the QB so fast. Like, we are 14-3 again. I said that already, but we're 14-3. Come on, show some respect. Act like you've been there already. Come on. But no, in all seriousness, though, Skull Vikings, let's go win a game and just see what we can do on Monday against the Rams. This is our revenge tour. So, Rams, Detroit, whoever else, bring it. And like I said, if win or lose, I'll make another follow-up video and we'll just see what's up, guys. But until then, peace.